Hi, hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Akshat and today I'll be presenting this video essay on the best study method in the world. Stay tuned. So I know what all of you are thinking, like what the hell happened to my hair? And to be honest, all I'll say is that when I went to get my haircut, like the barber saw my hair and he said it was way too long and beautiful to be left like this, and he just raised it all off. I mean, at least that's the version of the story that I would like to stay on the internet. Anyway, coming back to the topic. A couple of months ago, YouTube recommended me this video about how the Pomodoro method sucked and how there was this better alternative. So naturally, I was very intrigued because at that point I had been following Pomodoro religiously for about like a year or so. So I was very curious to see what could possibly be better and what was really wrong with this method. And that is how, through that video, I was introduced to the concept of flow time. In every video that I've found about flow time, people talk about how it's a better alternative to Pomodoro and how it is so much better and how the Pomodoro sucks and all of that. And and I don't really explicitly agree with these sentiments because I think that both of these techniques are useful in their own way, and depending on the situation, you may choose to go ahead with either of them. So in this video, rather than talking about how flow time is so high and mighty and better than Pomodoro, I want to sort of present it as an alternative or a companion to Pomodoro, not its replacement. Let's get started. Let's start by formally defining what these two study techniques are, just for argument's sake. I know a lot of you might already know, but let's get started. Now, Pomodoro is the study technique that everybody is familiar with in the StudyTube community and beyond, right? It's a technique where you constrain yourself to study in sessions of 25 or 50 minutes, and followed by a short break, you continue these sessions until and unless you complete your desired tasks or reach your study goal, whatever. That is the Pomodoro method, nice and simple. Flow time, on the other hand, is focused around the concept of flow, which can simply be explained as being in the zone where you're like in complete focus, concentration, you're free of all distractions, and you're at peak efficiency. Now, in this method, whenever you like start losing your focus, you take a small break and then go again. Now, obviously, this is a very brief explanation of what the whole process is. I have linked the video that I watched, like to get to know about flow time, in the description below. You can go ahead and watch that if you want a more detailed explanation of what this whole thing is. Okay, now that we have a relatively basic idea of what these two techniques are, let's dive deeper. The argument that people are posing against Pomodoro is that they find this technique very restricting. What I mean by that is that they think that they cannot reach their deep state of focus or flow when they're studying if they are bound by a timer, which to a certain extent I agree with. Like, depending on the person, the amount of time that he or she needs to reach their state of flow can vary greatly, and a set timer can be a hindrance if it's seen in this way. So with the flow time method, where time is counted up from 0, not down, you always give yourself the opportunity to enter the state of flow no matter how long it takes, which ultimately leads to more efficient studying. The other argument that people pose is that Pomodoro makes studying feel like a chore. And when it's a chore, you just feel like you have to complete it and you're not really enjoying the process, and it leads to less efficient learning and all of that. And again, this is something that I partially agree with. Because, well, let's face it, even when sometimes we know we have to study, we just don't feel like studying, right? It happens to the best of us. And in this situation, I feel like Pomodoro might be a better choice because, at least for me, if I sit with a timer, I'm much more likely to complete a study session than if I sit without. Like, what I want to say is that Pomodoro gives you an added incentive in the form of completing a timer. Yes, the study might not be as efficient, but at least you're getting something done, and something is always better than nothing. So because of these reasons mainly, people tend to think flow time is a better alternative to Pomodoro. But as I elaborated above, I only partially agree with some of the advantages that this study technique poses, because ultimately it depends on the person and what they're studying, and due to which they might pick Pomodoro or flow time depending on whichever they find more suitable. Now, let's talk about the main differences, or as I like to think about it, similarities between these two study techniques. Now, as I established before, the main difference between these two techniques is the way you approach studying using both of them. Like in Pomodoro, your study sessions are guided by a timer, while in flow time, your study sessions are guided by your flow, your state of focus. That is the main, and I would say only notable difference between these two techniques, because they both follow a study break pattern. Like you study for some time, then take a small break, and then go again till you finish your sessions, and like it's pretty similar. I like to think about these two techniques as two different branches of the same study break technique, and both of these branches are guided by different approaches. So like the Pomodoro branch is guided by a timer, and the flow time branch is guided by your flow. And due to this difference in approach of these two techniques, I don't necessarily think that flow time is a good replacement for Pomodoro. Rather, I think that this technique complements the Pomodoro very well and makes up for all of its shortcomings. To make it easier to differentiate between these two techniques, let's talk about some examples of situations which will hopefully give you some insight about where you can apply which study method. Let's get into it. Pomodoro, as we have already established, is timer based and not on the state of flow of your mind. So Pomodoro is helpful in places where, for example, you don't really require a lot of brain power. Let's say taking notes, right? Now, taking notes does not require a lot of brain power, but it is still something that needs to be done. You can also use the Pomodoro technique where you have something very tiring or repetitive to study, or for example, you're studying a subject that you don't really like. In Pomodoro, I agree, studying can become a chore, and we may only study to complete the timer, not for the actual purpose of studying. But hey, when you have boring tasks that you're unwilling to do, the time constraint can really help you out. For example, in organic chemistry, people, for some reason, have a really hard time studying it, and most of the time they find it pretty boring. In this case, Pomodoro can help you out and drag you through a session and make you study at least a little bit of inorganic chemistry, which is something I don't think flow time can handle. So, in the end, I would recommend Pomodoro for whenever you're studying something you don't like, or you're not really in the mood for studying, or you're doing something that doesn't really require a lot of brain power, like making notes or making flashcards. Now, flow time, on the other hand, can help you do deep studying. Basically, it can help you study with full focus, and since you're not constrained to a timer, you can go on with that focus for however long you can possibly manage. Now, if I talk from a JEE or NEET point of view, or even for school exams, flow time can be very useful if you're studying mathematics or physics, both of which are subjects that require immense focus and immense concentration whenever you're solving questions. In this case, I see why Pomodoro might not be your ideal choice, because you don't really want to be interrupted when you're in full flow solving questions left and right and you're in that whole bubble of concentration. Yeah, a timer can definitely hinder your progress that way. A break in flow can be hard to recover from, and your efficiency in studying these demanding subjects will definitely be lowered by frequent breaks in your concentration. So I would definitely recommend flow time in situations like these, like when you're studying maths and physics. These are demanding subjects that require a lot of focus and brain power. So you can definitely prefer flow time in these situations. Let me know in the comments whether you're team Pomodoro or team flow time, or if you disagree with some of my arguments. I'd love to discuss this further. As for where I stand on this debate, I am definitely still team Pomodoro. Because I'm a very lazy person, and Pomodoro helps me, like the timer gives me an added incentive to complete my study sessions, to be regular, and to create a routine, which is something that flow time would not get me. Like flow time already expects you to be in routine and all of that. So who knows, this might change in the future when I become a more responsible adult. But right now, yeah, it's Pomodoro. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching this video. A sub on my channel would be lovely if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.